There's an easy way to produce top-selling titles in the red-hot kids activity book niche, where similar books are generating over $5,000 a month on Amazon, and it's all done using Canva AI. Here's how it works. Open a free Canva account and using its AI image generator, create simple coloring book style images. Then using Canva's editing tools, turn the images into simple dot-to-dot pictures. Once you've got enough pages to fill a book, download a print-ready PDF, then upload the book to KDP, where it'll be available for sale within 72 hours. If you're ready to start, let's get into the tutorial, starting with step number 1. Now, if you're new here, I'm Rachel Harrison's son, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling books just like these on Amazon, and I've taught over 5,000 others how to do the same. Grab my free guide, 3 Steps to Publishing Your First Low-Content Book in Less Than a Day, down in the description below, if you'd like to learn how to do it too.
First, head on over to Canva and then click on Create a Design. Be sure that you choose a size that's going to be available for print on the Kindle Direct Publishing platform. For this example, we're just going to go with letter, which is 8.5 by 11. To turn on your margins, go to File, Settings, and make sure that Show Margins is checked. You'll also want to start with a theme in mind. For this example, we're going to use Barnyard Animals. Next, go over to Magic Media, here on the left-hand menu, then click on Graphics, then click on Styles. For these types of illustrations, I find that monoline works best, but you can also experiment with Sketch, line art, and doodle. Next, type in the image that you'd like to be generated. For this example, I'm going to choose Happy Cow in a Field. Then you'll click Generate Graphics. Click on the image that you'd like to use, and if you're not happy with it, you can always click the Generate Again button, or you can modify your prompt. Once you've found an image that works, click on it to add it to your page, and then just drag it around to position it wherever you'd like. You can also click on the corner and drag to increase or decrease the size. Next, I'm just going to drag these borders in a little bit so that the drawing stays within the margins. Next, I'm going to copy the image, so you can do Control-C or Command-C in order to copy the image. Then I'm going to turn down the opacity of the image to about 25%. Then I'm going to lock the image, and then I'm going to do Command or Control-V to paste the image on top. Then I'm going to drag the copy and pasted image until it's sitting exactly on top of the image behind it. Next, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, click on my image, and then hit the Edit button. Then I'll choose Magic Eraser, and I'm going to erase all the lines that I'd like to turn into dot-to-dots. So zoom in as much as you can, and then select your brush size over here by dragging the slider. Try to make the brush size about the circumference of the actual line, and then once you've done that, you can just use this brush to erase all the lines that you'd like to erase. Once you've selected all the parts that you'd like to erase, then just go ahead and click the Erase button. Zoom in again and clean up any areas that you've missed. Also zoom in to clean up any of the rough edges that have been created as well. Once you're satisfied, click out of the Magic Eraser, and now it's time to add the dots. Go over to Elements here on the left, and then click on the circle. If it's not black, go up to the color and then change it to black. Then click on one of the corners and drag it down to the correct size. You want to make it so that the width of the dot is the same width as the lines. Then using an even spacing, you're going to copy and paste the dots all the way around the area that you erased. So the quick and easy way to do this is to click on the dot, click on Option, drag and release. Once you're happy with the placement of the dots, it's time to lay down the numbers. Head over to the text tool on the left-hand side, click on Body, and then just type a number 1. Next up, choose a font and a size. Make sure to choose a font that's legible. I'm just going to go with Open Sans, and make sure that the font size is legible as well. 7 should be the absolute smallest you go. I'm going to try and keep mine at around 8 or 9 and see what that looks like. I'm also going to make this number bold. Then drag the number over to where you want the first one to appear. Then just start copying and pasting, changing the numbers as you go. Once you're done, just have a quick look and see if there's anywhere that you think you might need to add 1 or 2 lines back in. For example, I know that with this finished drawing, once someone's done, there's going to be a gap here. So I'd like to just close that gap now. Go over to the left, click on Draw, choose Marker, and then you can click on the Settings tab to change the weight of the marker. Then just go ahead and draw your line. Use the marker to clean up any other sections that you need to. When you're done placing all of your numbers and dots, it's time to get rid of that template from underneath. Click on Position and make sure that you've got Layers selected. Scroll down until you find that locked template layer, probably at the very bottom. Then you're going to click on this little lock to unlock it, and then you're going to hit delete. Now you can feel free to add any other elements that you'd like to add to the page. I'd like each of these pages to have the name of the animal at the top, so I'm going to click on Text, Heading. I'll drag that up to the top, enter the word cow, and now I'm going to choose a different font. So I'll click up top here and then choose a font that I think would work for a child's dot to dot. You can either change the size of the font up here or you can click and drag on these little handles. Then I'm going to center it in the page just by dragging it until I see that dotted line. Alternatively, you can click on Position, click on Arrange, and then click on Align Center. Once you're satisfied, you can start adding additional pages. So click on Add a Page at the bottom, and then start with your next dot-to-dot drawing. Once you've created enough pages to fill a book, click on Share, Download, PDF Print, and CMYK. Then Download. Next, it's time to create a cover. First, go to kdp.amazon.com/cover calculator, and then enter the information about your cover. We're going to choose paperback, black and white paper, reading direction, left to right, measurement unit, inches, trim size, 8.5 by 11, and then the number of pages of your book. Then click Calculate Dimensions. Once you've got your dimensions, you can click on the Download Template button. Next, open up your template so that you can get the overall dimensions of your cover, and then we'll head back to Canva and set up your cover file. Go to Create a Design, Custom Size, choose inches as your units, and then enter the dimensions written on your KDP cover template file. This one is 17.329 inches by 11.250. Then click on Uploads, and then upload your cover file. Click on it to add it to your page, and then drag it out to fill up the entire page. Next, we're going to turn down the opacity, and then we're going to lock the file in place. From here, you can either design your cover from scratch, or you can use one of Canva's pre-made templates. Now, if we go to the design option here on the top left, you'll notice that all of the templates are the same dimensions as our overall book cover here. And that's not going to work for us because with our template, we've got the front cover, the back cover, and the spine. But there is a bit of a workaround for this. You're just going to click on the Open menu, create a design. We'll click Custom Size, choose inches, and then just choose the size of our cover. So that's 8.5 by 11. Now when we click on Design and open up the templates, we have the right dimensions. I'm going to type in farm animals and just see what comes up here. There's a number of good options, and I'm going to choose this one. Next, I'm going to select everything on this page, and I'm going to hit Command-C to copy. Then I'm going to go back to my original design, and then I'm going to do Command-V to paste. Once I've figured out the general position, I'm just going to click on Position up top here, then click on Layers. I'm going to grab my KDP template. I'm just going to unlock it for a quick second, and then I'm going to move this layer all the way up to the top. And again, I'm going to lock it one more time so that it doesn't move while I'm positioning the rest of the elements. Each of these elements are going to be able to be moved separately, so you can go ahead and make any arrangements you need to make so that everything's positioned properly. Now I'm going to customize this text. And if you're having trouble selecting any individual elements, you can always open up the layers by clicking on Position, and you can lock individual layers so that they don't move. Just click the three dots and then click Lock. If you're having trouble selecting and editing the text, you can always click on Position and just drag that layer to the very top. I'd like to add a little bit of a banner to this, saying the age range that this dot to dot is suitable for. So I'm going to click on Elements, and I'm going to search for a ribbon, click on Ribbon Banner, and then I've got a few different options here. First, I'm going to change the color by clicking on Color. And what's really handy is that Canva will take all the different colors from whatever's on the page and show them to you in a palette. Any one of these colors is going to work. Now I'll just readjust the size. And I'll do a little copy and paste of this farm animals. I'm going to position that by clicking on Position, Arrange, and make sure it's to front, which it already is. Then I'm going to change the color to white, and then I'm going to put the age range. And I'll make it a little bit smaller by clicking on Decrease Font Size at the top. If I want to make sure all of these text boxes are centered, I can click them all at once, click Position again, make sure I'm on Arrange, and then I can align elements center. For the back cover, I'm just going to choose a solid color. So I'll go back to Elements, choose a square shape, and then I'm just going to drag that up to the corner of my document and make sure that the entire back cover is covered. You'll really want to zoom in and just make sure that everything's lined up. And the dotted line, that's where our spine begins and ends. I'm going to choose a different color. I'm going to click Position again, Layers, and I'm going to drag that under our cover template just so I can see where everything is. Now I can see this is where the barcode is. And if I want to include anything else in this cover template, I can do that just knowing that the barcode is going to be sitting right here. Now I'm just going to include a few dot-to-dot elements, probably around the sheep, just so it's a little bit more obvious that this is a dot-to-dot book. So I'm just going to use the same technique that I'd used before with the dots and the numbers. Once you're fully satisfied with your cover, it's time to delete your cover template. So go to Position again, find that cover template layer, unlock the layer, then click on the 3 dots and click Delete. Now you're ready to export your cover. Click Share, Download, PDF Print, and Download. Now it's time to upload your finished book to Amazon KDP. Head over to kdp.amazon.com and click Join KDP. Once you've created your KDP account and signed in, click Create, Create Paperback, and then enter all of your book's information. Next, you'll choose all of your print options. I'm going with black and white interior with white paper, 8.5 by 11 trim, no bleed, and I'll choose the glossy cover. Next, you'll upload your files. You'll upload your interior and the cover. You'll also be asked if you're using any AI-generated content. If you did, click Yes. And for this example, we used it to create images, and I'm going to choose many AI-generated images with extensive editing. Then we'll hit Save and Continue. Next, you'll be asked to preview your book. So click on the Launch Previewer, then click through your book to make sure that the full cover and interior look exactly as expected. If any errors are present, you'll see an error message in the top left corner, and then you can go and fix them and re-upload your document. When everything looks good, hit Approve. From there, you'll move on to the next stage, which is pricing. Adjust your prices for all of the various marketplaces. When you're done, you'll hit Publish, and your new daily planner will be available for sale within 72 hours.
If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Thank you so much. If you're ready to start generating passive income from your brand new activity book, learn how with my free guide, 3 steps to publishing your first low content book in less than a day. I've left a link to that down in the description below. And watch this video next to find out how to turn one self-published book into a 6-figure empire. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next Monday.